Okay, so welcome back. We are on chapter 81. Previously in chapter 80, Ibuki and Louis had a moment on top of a rooftop after they witnessed a savage act of brutality at the hyperdrug market. I don't want to relive that moment either, so we are going to move on to chapter 81. A pair of eyes as round as soup bowls. What is with Paru Itagaki's chapter namings? Like, that doesn't tell you, like, what it's about, but okay. Anyway, so, it looks like we're back in a school setting. Okay, so it looks like we're back in the school setting. This is Kibi. Previously, he got his arm ripped off by Tao accidentally. So, it looks like they were able to reattach the arm, so that's pretty awesome. That they were able to, but Legacy and Riz were able to get him to the hospital in time, so let's see how it goes. Hmm. How is Kibi doing in the hospital with this arm attachment surgery? My doctor told me that my arm will heal faster if I drink more milk. That's pretty convenient for me and my long tongue. Well, they stitched up my arm, but it's all up to me to get my arm moving the way it used to. Hey, who's he talking to? Legacy? Probably. Oh, it's Tao. It's hard to talk to you when you're so far away, Tao. Alright, so alright, small things like this. I love the dynamics in Drama Club because even though Tao ripped his arm off, Kibi understands that he didn't mean it. It was an accident. We're let let we're friends. Let's let bygones be bygones. That's what friends do, and he's not even scared of him, which is super great to see because it's an excellent contrast to what happened to Riz, right? Like if you haven't been, if you're new, like spoiler territory here. Don't know why you're here, but Riz is the killer, right? And part of Riz's flashback is, he wanted to show Tim the real him because he felt like he wasn't been seeing, and one thing led to another, and he ended up scratching uh, Tim, and Tim ended up fleeing for fear of his life, right? That was a scratch, right? But compared to Kibu, who had his whole arm ripped off, right? And he's like, "Yo, there's no freaking out. There's no hate, and he wants his friend Tao to come closer so he could talk to him. There's understanding between them, which is what I feel that maybe Tim and Riz's relationship moved a little too quickly to where that happened, but I love to see this. This is their I'm sorry, it's still early for me. This is relationships done right. Interpersonal relationships. This is that done right. The assailant Tao pays a visit. Oh, that's messed up. Calling him an assailant. He didn't mean to. And look at this. He's stressed out just being there for what he did. He even brought flowers. Kibi, I shouldn't have come to visit you. I'm sorry. These flowers aren't even that good. Come here. Come. Nothing to worry about. Today's a weekday, so you don't have school today. I'm on break. Well, to be specific, I got suspended for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, unsurprisingly. He got suspended for 2 weeks? That's messed up. But he didn't even mean to do it, and he gets suspended for 2 weeks, and I'm pretty sure everyone in Drama Club testified for Tao, except the person who voted no on the on the who voted yes on the board for having them segregated. Whoever did that, I don't know. What I did to you can't be dismissed as just a freak accident that rarely ever happens. All it took was some stretches for that horrible thing to happen. Yup, it was that easy. Man, and it's weird to see that just being around him just being friends with the carnivore is a risk. Now that we know that it doesn't take much, from kibi, just one wrong move from any of them and they kill somebody. That's absolutely terrifying. And and this is just how. Like, imagine how bigger animals such as elephants or bears, or do they have whales in here? Come to think of it, I haven't even seen any aquatic animals. Anyway, but yeah, imagine like, oh, gorillas, yeah, imagine that. Wait, I haven't seen gorillas here either. Now that I think about it, where are the gorillas? I haven't seen monkeys either, or have I? Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting distracted, but yeah, it doesn't take much. It was just an accident, but that doesn't excuse what I did to you. How can I ever make it up to you? Tao, touch my hand. What? You know I can't do that. I ripped off your arm. Just do it. Look, I've decided that I'm never gonna touch another herbivore again. But you came to visit me, didn't you? I don't want to spend the rest of my life being afraid of carnivores. I want you to touch my hand so we can make up. Just be gentle. That's freaking awesome. See, this is sweet right here. This is really sweet. This is healthy. Kibi's moved on. He understands. This is the understanding that, man, this is the type of understanding that could really help fix their society in more ways than one because, alright, so even in real life, people tend to feel, speak properly, people tend to fear what they don't understand, right? And as it was shown, like with the Riz flashback with Tim, like, when, Riz is taking strength, not enhancers, suppressors, right? Riz is taking strength suppressors, and the majority of students, if they're not a bear, they don't know that, right? They don't know the struggles that these different species have to go through. But Kibi gets it. I mean, he's not on strength depressants, but, Ah, and he even has movement back in his arm. Like, he can, like, open and close his hand now. So that's his way of saying, I forgive you. It moved. They connected your nerves back. I started feeling it again this morning. Perfect timing. Look at his eyes. Compared to before where they were dark, like, now they're all bright and it looks like he's gonna cry. Really? Is it okay for me to be this happy? Yeah, with some good rehab, I'll go back to the way it was. I had to go through a lot of pain, but you were suffering too, weren't you? I'm really grateful you visited me today. Man, I love bro moments like this. Look at this. Just the understanding between not just a herbivore and a carnivore, but two friends who want to make it work. Despite a small setback like losing an arm. What a bro. Good on Kiwi. And I wish things have, he's the main antagonist at this particular moment, but I really wish things had went a lot better for Riz. Like, I really feel bad for Riz in his situation, even though he was in the wrong for it and he's kind of an asshole, like low key. You get it. Well, I get it a little, just a little bit. So anyway, he couldn't move his arm when you visited him. Oh, oh, he couldn't move his arm when you visited him. Oh, this is amazing. Yeah, all his hard work paid off. Okay, so Legosi visited and he didn't get that. That same thing. I'm thinking of visiting him myself. Riz. You should. I know he'll be happy. Okay, so Riz is being a little jerkwad right here by antagonizing Legosi. That's like a low-key threat that he might do something to him. He's saying that just to get under Legosi's skin. I don't, to be honest, Riz doesn't strike me as that type of character. All I get from Riz is that he just wants to go about his life. He's like, sure, he's deluded into thinking that, what's it called? Tim gave himself to him willingly, but deep down, I'm pretty sure Riz knows that, I killed my friend. Cause he just doesn't strike me as that super vindictive character. Don't get me wrong, those traits are definitely in there, based on how he's acting and been acting. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like he's just kind of like a tragic character in all this. Things should have went a lot better for him. Like how things went with Kibi and Tao in there. I wish there was that same understanding from from Tim, right? And we'll never know why. We'll never know why or how. We'll never know why Tim acted the way he did. I mean, you can kind of get the shock because sudden danger of his his instincts kicking in when Riz told him he's not on his strength suppressors anymore, and whole big misunderstanding. But he's dead now, so he'll never get that chance. Okay. He's thinking of visiting Kibi. This is coming from the one with the least control over his instincts. I need to protect everyone. Legosi, this spotlight, The same male who ate one of his club members. Legosi, did you just growl? Are you angry or something? I'll keep everything a secret until I solve this case. Sorry, that was just a hiccup. What does he mean by that? Like, all I don't like that. I really don't. I'll keep everything a secret until I solve this case. Legosi, you already know who did it. And even Pina knows now. All you have to do is go to the police and tell them. Like, there's no reason to fight. Because I strongly believe, I know there's been a change in the manga where it's starting to lean more and more into, like, into shonen with all the action that's going on. But Beastars is at his strongest, in my opinion, because I notice we're moving away from that. Beastars is at his strongest when things are slow paced. They're taking their time to build relationships between characters, and you get to you connect more with the relatability of the character. Legosi is starting to move towards a place where he's just getting kind of. Don't get me wrong, I still love Legosi as a character, but his flaws are starting to show more and more. But at the same time, I can understand it. I said it like in my chapter 1 or 2 review of Beastars that this is a character-driven story. So, and I really like character-driven stories in the sense that as viewers, it's easy to be like, oh wait, what is he doing? He should totally do this. That would be the thing to do because it makes the most sense at the time, right? From an outside perspective. But Legosi isn't us. Legosi is Legosi, and Legosi's gonna do what Legosi's gonna do, even if it might not be the brightest of ideas. Right? So, yeah, as much as I want him to. Wait a minute, where's Rokume in all this? I just thought about that. Where is Rokume? Because that's the giant snake, the security guard, because she came and then she kind of just like disappeared. You would think when Legosi finally found out who the killer was, he would go straight to Rokume and she would be relevant again. I just remembered her. Wow. Let me continue on before I get trapped in my thoughts about that. I don't know. Maybe she'll show up later. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Tao's 2-week suspension. You think they could have done something else? I don't think so. Calm down, don't make a fuss. It was an accident, but he still hurt Kibi. It's a terrible crime to be careless around herbivores. What? Legosi's getting mad. Uh-oh. What's going on? Oh, darn it. Okay, I'm on chapter 81. I gotta go back. Sorry about this. Okay, so Legosi is getting mad. Oh, he broke the spotlight. And he's growling too. What the hell are you talking about, meat eater? Are you just telling yourself? Wait, are you just telling that to yourself? Tell me, Riz. Okay, so Legacy is just angry. Okay, I like seeing this side of Legacy. I like seeing that beast come out of this character. He's getting much. Alright, so this is a huge contrast to the Legacy that we got introduced to, right? He's getting more and more comfortable with himself and his strength. You know, he has that confidence built up, right? Because if this was the Legacy from the very first chapter, he would not be like this at all. Don't get me wrong, we saw hints of this Legacy, but there's just a lot more self-confidence in this one here. And he's jacked. Look at those veins. Look at those arms. Tell me how guilty Tao is for his crimes. Oh, so he's confronting Riz in front of everybody. Stop it, Legosi. What happened? Oh, come on. Someone stop him. Let's stop this. They're all watching. I don't care. That's only your concern. All carnivores should know how to control their emotions. Your soul is inferior to mine. I don't feel torment anymore because I know how herbivores taste. What? Wow, you're so mean. Is that Riz saying that? Oh, it's Pina. Pina. Okay, Pina's being a bro again. He's gonna bail Legosi out of this situation so they don't fight there. I was speaking for the poor spotlight here. Get a hold of yourself, Legosi. I like Pina. The more Pina shows up, the more I just like Pina. I liked him ever since he was introduced, and look at this. He's just being a bro and helping Legosi. You shouldn't cause any more damage than you already have. Pina. I'm sorry. Yeah, and? I'll pay for the spotlight. There, that's what I wanted to hear. Problem solved. Let's get back to practice. Right. Is everyone here? Ah, and look at Pina's face. He's like, monster's thinking of something stupid. I just know it. Please don't Alright, so they're outside now. Chilling on a bench with each other, probably talking about the events that just took place. Please don't expect me to clean up after every mess you make. We're the only ones who know Riz is the killer. I'm really, really sorry. You have no discipline. Well, I don't blame you for getting pissed off. I'm guessing Riz is used to the whole good bear act. I'd consider him to be the polar opposite of you. No kidding. And speaking of, this part right here where he says we're the only one that knows Riz is the killer. Where's Rokume? You would think she would still be on the case. Like, did she suspect Riz was the killer? If so, why didn't she really say anything? Okay, well, she said why. But she really gave no, like, there were no hints, no nothing, and now she's gone. Now she's nothing. So, man, that just makes me angry thinking about it. Hopefully she shows up. Let there be some payoff to that. Like, cause she's been watching Legosi apparently. Is he a candidate for the Beastars or for a Beastar? I don't know. There's just so many questions I have. I hope I hope they get answered. Okay, so next, I have you as my ally, but Riz is alone and acts in secrecy. If I were in his shoes, I wouldn't be able to take the torment. How can he be so calm? I felt this impenetrable wall and overwhelming difference between us. Well, yeah, man, he's a bear. You're not gonna win against that. So it's like you're a virgin and he isn't? That's close. Really? Come on now, Legacy. It's like he's in a completely different world because he knows something that I don't. I think I need to find out how he thinks. Wait. Calm down. Why should you lump yourself together with a damn criminal? Come on, everyone has the potential to be a criminal, especially carnivores. Legacy, are you thinking of eating me so you can get closer to him? Hmm. Let me go back real quick, cause something Riz said kind of just struck me. He said, "I don't feel torment anymore because I know how herbivores taste." So, hmm, like for Legacy to really understand, he would have to eat meat. Like he doesn't. He has an appreciation and a respect for herbivores, right? But he doesn't. It's only so limited if he's never really like not gone off. I'm trying to think of the term. It's not gone off the deep end. Okay, so think of it like this. You know how Batman has this code to like never kill anyone because if he does, he might never come back. That's kind of like drawing a parallel to Legacy. Like if he does, what what's the guarantee that he'll be able to stop? You know? So he never goes to that place. So like how would he get closer to him? No way. But I still found a way to solve but I but I still found a way to solve this case. I'm gonna reach a mutual understanding with Riz by fighting him. I think it's possible to I think it's possible. I have to hurry. See you tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if Legacy shows up in tomorrow's news as a sex offender. I'm not gonna testify for him. What? Okay, so I'm going to reach a mutual understanding with Riz by fighting him? That doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, sure, it might make sense to Legacy in his head, but I feel like this is more of a fight about ego. That more than anything, just like the fight with Bill at the start, like in the beginning chapters. I feel like this is Legosi's making it about himself instead of about Tim, really, because if you were to think about it, it wouldn't take much for Legacy, especially since we've seen him in the beginning of the chapters. It would not have taken much for Legacy to have been in Riz's shoes, right? So I feel like Legacy, just because I spent this much time with this character, what are we? We're like 81 chapters in, right? Like it's kind of easier for me to like put myself in his shoes and how he views things, and I can say with at least 2% certainty that this is Legacy's ego taking over again, and it's gonna put him in a bad situation where he's gonna get bailed out, just like during the stage fight with Bill. That's where I feel like this is leading, right? Because the author Baru made a point to show that Legacy has what's it? He's abnormally strong for a gray wolf. He's a bit larger than his species' average, right? And his bite strength is stronger than most. I think it's like what 240 kilograms or something like that. It's heavier than most, right? So he's gifted. He's blessed with like strength that is above average, right? But that can only bring him so far, especially since he's not using his main weapon. And punches and kicks aren't really going to be able to take down who has everything at his disposal, right? Riz has no handicaps, and he's free to stop taking his pills if he hasn't been taking them and get stronger that way to build up muscle. He's free to kill again and eat meat. He's free to do everything he wants to do. Whereas Legacy, he's restricted in a lot of ways. So I don't see him winning the fight if it were to happen. Well, it's gonna happen because he just said he's gonna go fight Riz. So I don't think it's gonna go well at all. So let's find out. See you next time.